People are sort of surprised. Oh, what made you want to do that? That's like the OG question. What made you want to fight? And then you've opened up that can of worms. This is sports. It's not fighting. It's not whatever you're trying to make it out to be. I am an athlete. I do this for a living. While you guys are sitting at your desk, I get to, get paid to do the blood sport. I was born in Christchurch, New Zealand. My mum and my dad had not the most secure relationship. Every now and again he'd sort of like dip off. It was 100% her raising me. My mum and I have a quite close relationship. At the age of 10, I ended up moving to Australia. My mum knew that there was going to be better opportunities. We came over here with like 2 suitcases and a guitar. Why the guitar, I don't know. My mum gave me everything I needed and more, and I can't imagine how hard it would have been. We moved down to the Gold Coast and she cleaned cars, like the car washes in the car park. I remember she got our first car over here for like 500, 600 bucks or something. It was like a little shit box. I couldn't imagine how hard it would have been for my mum to do it by herself. Just under a year after we'd moved over to Australia, I found out my dad passed away. I was 10. It's not my responsibility to make a relationship with my father. I'm not the adult. But knowing that I would never be able to rekindle that relationship, it was a hard pill to swallow, and then all the stuff that he missed out on. I'm like the only Māori person on my entire mum's side of the family. Being the first Polynesian person in a room full of Anglo-Saxons was a big identity crisis for me, I think. I've tried to learn and seek out my whakapapa, especially because my dad had passed, and so obviously that being my lineage to Māori, and trying to fill in some missing gaps for myself and for my own understanding, for my own identity, and for my own journey of self-healing and just being Māori in my own way. I started MMA about the age of 15. I did karate before that, then transitioned to MMA, competing as an amateur and then changed to a pro when I was 20. Once I did graduate from high school, then I started competing and training full-time. It's basically raised me, it's given me community, it's given me strong friendships and just some sort of direction and purpose.
Me maurawa ki toi o te whakaaro o tauiwi, ara me whai whainga. Ka mutu, me whai pūtea hohonu kia wātea, me whai hoki I ētahi tōmina, hei aronga māu. Manohi anō, me whai hoki I ngā kura, a ngā iwi take, ara ko ngā pū manawatanga. Ko te whakaute, mana, manawau, manawatina. Te whakatuatahi I ētahi atu I mua I a koe, te āwhina I ētahi atu. Mā ko nā rawa ka huakaua ko tētahi toa noiho, engari, he toa rangatira ke.
I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I know I'm not made for that lifestyle, and so therefore, if I want to do this and I want to do what I love for the rest of my life, then you just got to make the sacrifices. As a pro, it's not like I had heaps of money to begin with. I was working a full-time job. You cut corners when you need to and work more if you need to. Don't go out with your friends every weekend. Don't eat out every weekend. Sometimes I've had to pawn off necklaces in the streets of Parramatta, but you make it work. You just literally make it work.
Kāre he wāhi ko tahi o tētahi kaipakanga, kāre e horomia e tēnei hākinakina. Me moi te wā tika, me ara te hinengaro, me pakari te tinana, me tau hoki te wairua. Me tani wharawa tō aro ki tō wātaka whāinga. I nā hoki, ko mahinga katoa me taunaki ki tō whāinga mātuatua. Kia mau ki te whakaaro, kei a koe anahe te whakatau ka pēhea rā koe.
On top of that, you're dieting and sort of eating at the right times. And sometimes you wake up and you're just going through the motions and you're like, what day is it today? It's Wednesday. Wednesday means pads in the morning or whatever. I go to my session that I'm going to get absolutely annihilated in. And I'm just going to get the shit beaten out of me and it's going to be horrible. And I'm going to feel like crap and I might cry, I don't know. And then you look over and there's just these ladies doing their fitness classes and they're driving their Porsches. At those times, it really feels like, man, like, what are we doing this for? Like, we could be at home right now enjoying our family and our friends, but we're out here hustling. I literally want to go over to my friend's house and have dinner with her, but I can't because it's not within my calorie intake.
Te āwhiro kia puta te ihu. Te hihiri kia eke panuku. Te hōkaka kia toko ko tō pito mata. Koinei ngā kura nui hei tūhera I ngā tatau ki te whatu o tō mana āhua ake. Ko o whakatau katoa me whai pānga ki te hua nui o tō hākinakina. Me whai pānga ki a koe anō me te mōhia anō hoki ke te manawa toka tō aro ki tō koke atu ki te tino pito o tō mana āhua ake.
At the same time, I look at the fact that I get flown to Hawaii, I get put up in a nice place, I get paid to fight someone and do what I love. The highs and the lows create this crazy addiction where you're just like, you're chasing that next high.
Hello.
Hi.
Just wondering if you could come on down as soon as possible, just so we can give you a rundown.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Back in the mix. How's that Pepsi going?
Hei te wā ka tutuki te pēhi I te tinana me te hinengaro. Te mana pau I te whai hāngai I ngā tikanga. Ngā tukanga me te aro whakaiho nei. Ka tai ki te pō whawhai. Koi nei te ngako. Te tino pūtake o heke ngā mōtuhi katoa.
So this weekend, we're helping out the IMAFA South Pacific Championship. Great for a lot of the amateurs coming through. They get the opportunity to compete over 2 days, qualifiers and finals, and I'll be helping out commentating and bits and pieces. The big man, back on the mic.
Ngā heke ngā tōta katoa, ko whakahiatotia ki te tūnga kotahi. He āheinga e hua ai he tirohanga hou. He āheinga e kite ai ngā ngoikoretanga e auahatia ai he huarahi mo te hunga e takahi atu ana I o tapu ai.
MMA hasn't been around for that long, and so therefore us guys that are doing it now, we really are creating the pathway. One day after some boxing sparring rounds, I had like a little black sort of mark that wasn't kind of going away. It was sort of like a bug on the windscreen kind of thing. And so I knew that was definitely important to get checked. I booked with the ophthalmologist, and he was basically on the spot, like, you need to go get surgery, like today or tomorrow. And definitely hadn't considered eye injuries as a possible deterrent to stop me from fighting. Maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't go well, maybe you get your eyesight back, maybe you don't. The one thing I did hold on to was that I'm always going to fight. I've sacrificed way too much for this to have this be the thing that's going to stop me. I'm super proud of what I've done in 27 years. If I can do it, anyone can do it, and I'm doing this for everyone that's coming behind me. Fighting, it's the easiest replication of life, you know, like going through the peaks and valleys in a 5-minute round. Life goes up and down, and you're in good positions, and now you're in bad positions, and you can turn either or around in a split second, so don't get too, you know, caught up in either. Martial arts is probably one of the most purest versions of self-expression that you can kind of have. And therefore, like, you can create your own identity. I'm a warrior, I'm a Wahine Toa. That is part of my identity. But then on top of that, you know, I am also a person. I am Janay.